Just
threw it out there. Like, let me see if I get money back. Maybe it's a scam.
Maybe you get a T-shirt if you win.
Oh no, the
What
Julies.
it's come down to.
Ooh,
Oh,
God.
Julies are great. Julies with a flashbang are good.
Most minus EV play in Counter-Strike.
Just gotta be a little patient with the trigger finger. There we go. There's the flashbang. That's what I'm talking about. 2 headshots, and he's got information as well. Just need a flashbang and a swing with the Julies, and magical things can happen. Flying unicorn, flying pigs, flying T's. Will they expect golden? Well, actually, of course they will. They know that a flashbang came from somewhere. He sees a knee by the coffins and falls back to hold map control as his team rotates up banana.
I think that's the most kills I've seen with the Julie in a long time. Very nice.
It could have been 3. Had he waited one more second, it could have been a third, but this is not looking like a pretty pistol round here. We'll see. Messi's going to have to land. Obviously, we do see the bait. Messi trying to bait for Alex, hoping that Fnatic might not clear it. But he does waste a lot of time here, but now I think it's going to be very difficult here for Alex to get away with a round win here. It's not going to happen. Fnatic with the first pistol round on Inferno, second map of the series.
The bomb down there is so nice because just keeping the pressure on your opponent becomes not just a possibility, because you can always force fight, but just it becomes this. You can run reals like real strats with that force buy. With the force buy off of the bomb plant. So you really get to kind of mess with the CTs here. I mean, we've talked about it many times. I think when we had our guests on, I forget who we had on Inferno, but just like this idea that this is one of the scariest rounds from the CT side because Cloud9 can tailor make a round for the kind of equipment that they have and really make it look very strong. And they're going really fast right now towards alt mids to apps and top mid. And there we go, just charging through the mollies. And unfortunately, for Cloud9 at least, Fnatic are on point here. They look like they anticipated something like this. I think the boost on quad was really, really awesome to help deal with this.
Yeah, that was the best case. There was a nice setup here from Fnatic in mid. And obviously going for timer for C9, tries to smoke off the molly in the mid. You see the utility that Fnatic ended up buying for this round, expecting obviously a C9 buy with the path.
Oh boy.
Wow, damage is being done here though. Just gets 2 kills though, and from a round that was a full buy with the bomb plant, you're not very happy with this round if you're C9. Worst case is that you get 3. You only get away with 2 here now, and it's just gonna be the 1 eco here now though for C9, but nonetheless, stable round from Fnatic.
That double kill on short was not what you see every day. 5 HE grenades for Cloud9 along with a flashbang. What is the play here? Well, make it 4 HE grenades. 3 and a 4th in a different direction. There'll be an exchange from Fnatic as well. Moving speed of the scout is so satisfying when a round such as this. Floppy with the P250 though will satisfy Cloud9's need to open up a bomb site. They have an MP9 collected. Mezzy may be looking for a second weapon. Got to be careful. We'll hold on to the smoke grenade. Maybe looking for a deeper CT smoke. Indeed, that is perfect. Racing livery, dual Berettas. Very clean. What is the play from Mr. Brolan? Waiting for his teammates to run distraction for him. Who sees whom first? Straight onto Floppy with the Julies jumping around the corners, and suddenly it's just Mezzy. The bomb's pretty far tick though. Trying to go for those headshots, but the Julies, of course, that Dan doesn't believe in, get a third kill in a row and save the round for Fnatic.
Yeah, let's not be outcome oriented, yeah. Okay, I've seen them fail so many times.
That was looking pretty scary for Fnatic though. I mean, I think they're really smart here and waiting for the smokes to fade. We know as well that the retake setup is actually really good coming too from Banana. C9 knew that there was at least 1 banana, but throwing the smoke deep in CT spawn kind of is a tell that they expected more. It was looking a little bit dicey. It's still a round win from Fnatic, but it's a bonus round here for C9 getting the bomb down. So it's obviously not a bonus round here for last round. I mean, the full-on buy here for both of these teams. Very strong buy for both.
Yeah, it's looking pretty nice here for Mezzy. Actually gets his way top mid, obviously as part of the low in this team. It's kind of, I mean, Fnatic have a lot of info. They had Crimson Apartments. Mezzy takes him down. That's huge. That gives an opportunity here for Cloud9 to easily just, I mean, you can see it. They just charge straight back to the A side. They know that Fnatic will have to make a desperate and quick rotation. They don't get the best positions because they had such little time to adjust to this. And Roland can't even turn around. He can't even set up on the site. This is always actually going to go. He's going to try to kill the Panther, wasn't he? S-tag though with the cover. Able to help him out, deal with that one. Golden now. I mean, does he want to go for damage? They don't really have an enormous amount of money. So at this point, saving is probably quite wise. He's got an sort of aggressive exit set up here. He's going to just move back. And Fnatic are going to lose their first round. And this is great in terms of a competitive game for us. You know, Fnatic not getting too much of a grip of the momentum. And Cloud9 finding some success fairly early. That definitely has the makings for an interesting matchup here on Inferno, which is what we were looking for, of course. But it's going to be scary for Fnatic too, because I bet that Fnatic were not expecting to run into some of the firepower and the sheer resistance that they did on the first map. So I wonder how they feel about this one, because I feel like Cloud9 does have that kind of that big dick energy right now.
Yeah, and we talk about matching playstyles and stuff like that. Just as you're talking about that, I think it's going to be interesting to see here if Fnatic actually gets off to a good start here on the CT side. I think that Alex's style of calling is just very difficult to get a grasp for, especially with a new team like this. Not really knowing expectations or rotations or even firepower, as you noted. And it's a half. Ooh,
Thought he had that one.
Favorite, but yeah, we do see some bias here as well from Fnatic, knowing as well that Golden State is M4. And this is really something that I think we see Fnatic do a lot, even when they only have the 2 members, is that they do at least show themselves a good amount on this banana area. Obviously likes to fall back after that. But compared to other teams, they don't just give it up for free.
Well, the focus here towards A from Cloud9. Shadows will give slight warning for Crims. Off angle for Brian on the side, but Zeppa with some serious airtime there.
And C9 just a wonderful. Yeah, I was gonna say you pointed out Zeppa's jump there, but you see how nicely C9 just takes that bomb side. Yeah, he gets shot at, but there's so many people there on the bomb side to help Zeppa out there. Otherwise, he would have gone down. Kind of use yourself as the little meat shield, information play as well.
Just learned how to smoke long from under the balcony. Thank you, Cloud9.
Learned so much this week, James.
I can learn that. I can do that from 5 different places now.
Well, I mean, you still have to replicate it. You still have to go on their server, you know, find. You at least know the area where he threw it in.
I can see the rough mark on the wall, but yeah, it must be practiced, absolutely.
Don't want to come into an official game thinking you know it, and then there's a small little gap one way.
Dude, I don't know if you remember the Play It Cool event where I was playing with like Shocks Get Right, Makalele, and co. But I had been awake for 24 hours and flown to Stockholm that morning. And I tried to throw a grenade on the A site of Overpass, and it just landed on top of the toilets or something. It was just so ridiculous. I had no idea what was going on. I was so wrecked. I was playing on a laptop in 1080p and streaming, which of course lagged it as well. So yeah,
not what you want to see.
Unlimited excuses for that event. Amazing there's no sequel though.
That you hadn't slept,
yeah.
Overnight flight or something, real life flight.
Yeah. Lost my favorite sweater, all sorts.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, we've got Cloud9, that top and under control. Fnatic are extremely defensive. This is actually something I was going to talk about earlier, but maybe I'll find time later on. And they're just going to burst in, Cloud9 straight into that B site. And this is not good right now for Fnatic because they're allowing Cloud9 to just fully execute here, doing it as they've probably done it, you know, hundreds of times, drilling it as a team, and they get everything they want. It's 5 versus 4, although construction is still, well, it's partially held on to. I mean, we do have Broline fairly close, but they should really save at this point. No way to retake this. No kid as well, and money's gone. So it's looking pretty rough for Fnatic. And one point I was going to make actually was that I think this is interesting because Robin, you're talking about like Fnatic, you know, always being good on Inferno and their history as a team, obviously at the top level in Inferno. I mean, there's so many iconic moments and historic matches that go back, you know, 5-6 years. And I think the Swedish scene in general, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Robin, again, is that they would really play this passive style. They're the best at playing like the passive defensive style, where you have to kind of make really good game reads because you're not getting information as much. And it really was very effective, especially against lesser experienced teams, because they wouldn't know how to get that pick or that advantage. They would be forced to execute into a team that's very good at defending them. And that was like the old way. I felt like NIP did it. Like a lot of the Swedish teams are really good at that. And I feel like getting the younger blood into these Swedish rosters has really shaken that up a lot and created more diversity in the strategic approach to this map.
Yeah, and I think you're right as well. I think that people also start figuring out like ways to kind of handle defensive setups. I'll talk more about that. We do have a brawl here on Banana. But it's going to be... They're going to pace themselves off. A lot of utility being thrown here, though, and we see that there's a lot of C9 members wanting to take this map control early. At Fnatic, normally we talk about different ideas for what we kind of see here on the CT side, and normally as we kind of play, I was just about to mention that normally we see mid-round aggression, and we tend to see a rotate coming in from A with a flashbang over and fights for it. There's multiple ways in which the Banana area can be taken. Early round, mid-round, even late round for information. Golden goes down again through the smoke. Happened last round as well, when the bomb was going down. And this is just Cloud9 doing a really good job in putting up a lot of pressure on Fnatic, and Fnatic not really feeling the courage to really push anywhere, and puts them in this position again. It's a full-blown execute from C9 here now. jakini actually does end up getting the first kill here now, so they do make this a little bit better in terms of hold.
You can see that pull position is a real problem, but Fnatic are able to hold for the time being and really slow things down. JW on Banana, it's going to be needed soon. S-Tag looking for a rotation. JW is closer to the point of contention, misses the flick, but still alive for now. Flashbang, go for the quick scope or the no scope, either one, doesn't work. Another bomb could make its way towards the A bomb site, but it's going to be tight. 10 seconds, I don't think he's got it, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no way, is there?
He's not going to make it.
Oh, 3.5 seconds.
Out of time.
Just 1 second too slow.
Oh, wait, hold on a second.
What?
Okay, this is a bit ugly on us here, I think.
It's a custom overlay, so we never quite know what the time is. You've got to, there's somebody like half a second behind or something, so he's got more seconds than we do. He's inverted.
That must be the exact amount of time to plant the bomb was what he had. That had to be it. Because the clock was like, yeah, at least a second behind, I felt like.
Yeah, our clock was too late, but his clock was something else entirely.
What's that bomb? It's like floating in the air. Oh my god, ProLand is going to annihilate him.
That was really close, though. Oh, man.
Yeah, so normally it basically needs to have a 4 on the clock to be able to plant the bomb.
That was
3.5 seconds.
I feel like it looked like 2.
Yeah, it's because it's a custom HUD. There's a delay. So like on our ones, we have to program a compensation for it to sync up properly. So by default, it'll be a little behind the true clock in Counter-Strike because you have a delay with the information and displaying it on the HUD. Essentially.
Think about that ourselves then. Again, same start here from Fnatic with 3 guys towards B. They don't tend to stay very long, though. It's literally just to throw nades early, so you kind of leave a little bit more utility on the B bomb site. That's a nice nade from Crims. Look at that damage. Over 100 damage being done from that one nade alone. They pace themselves. It's a nice read from Fnatic, though. Hasn't been a lot of movement on the Banana area this round so far, so they feel comfortable leaving jakini there by his lonesome. We'll see in terms of timing, though, what Cloud9 chooses to do. Normally, with the re-smoke here, you can make the argument that they want to take Banana control instead first. They creep their way up here. jakini gets the first one, though. See the new kid in action. He actually comes in through a wall. That's not what you want to see. Maybe a bit of, I was going to say inexperience, but obviously when we talk about knowing the map, I think it's a little bit unlucky there at the same time.
Ball stuck. Well,
Crips gets 2 there, and bombs down in mid.
yeah, S-Tag wasn't expecting JW to get up in with the spray in CT, which leaves Mezzy alone now. He has so many people to frag, and the bomb's down in the middle of mid. I can't see him getting the bomb and getting back to a site in time, so time pressure might be a little too much on this occasion. Indeed, has a W everywhere with no shift key to be seen, and it's an easy frag for Brolan. 3 AKs brought into round number 9 for Fnatic.
Yeah, we don't see the sequence here. Crimps gets 2 in mid as C9. Oh, we actually see it here on replay, just as I say it. Nicely done. And that's just C9. Just really wanted to just clear mid a little bit. They know that they have banana control, potentially get a fast rotate kill. Bomb was down, though, down in mid. So by Crimps getting the 2 kills, it really just sets them up for that round win. There's no way C9 has time to run back and get the bomb and keeps everyone alive. Fast banana take here. 1 flashbang over only. But we see the nade set up here from C9. It's going to be a super fast B execute.
Yeah, again, we've seen some teams throw mollies towards that ball area to stop the teams from taking its headshot positions. On this occasion, Fnatic is still managing to hold on to everything. There's a molly from CT into that exact position. Comes late, but still absolutely fine for them. Fnatic have everybody survive. Almost no damage done by Cloud9.
That's a great hold from Fnatic. Even setups there, Jacquinho is in CT spawn, so obviously he gets the 2 kills, but Golden here does a fantastic job. We see him place the smoke by himself on the left side. We kind of knew that that was the run pattern that we saw C9 in when they executed the B-bomb site before. Also then used his smoke in pool area, forces C9 to really go where he was peeking. Obviously, again, we talk about the angles and ensuring that maybe you only have to peek to one area. Very nicely done by Golden there. Maybe 1 flash from C9 would have taken him out of it, but really what you like to see. And this is what I was talking about C9. It's very difficult to play against, right? They end up throwing in a round like this. After sure, they've been taking some banana compressors early and stuff like that, but they've also showed themselves in mid. Really the first time here that we've seen them just take banana control, and then within the past few seconds, let's do a full-blown execute and try and catch Fnatic off guard. Setup, though, was a good one for Fnatic that time around, so they were in good positions to hold it off. Still a lot of money on the board on C9. We'll see if Floppy, or maybe it's a UI bug, but he doesn't have anything. I guess it was a half buy. They had a lot of money. This is a very smart call here from Alex. This really guarantees them 2 back-to-back rounds that they want. And obviously, again, here there should be some damage being made. You could have made the argument here. Other teams would have just flat out bought here based on the money that they have, but
yeah, I like it. They kind of did this before as well. Oh, it's a nice trade from Mezzy. He is so good at the burst. And that
he's very crispy.
A quick smoke. Alex straight through with Zephyr as well. They are just full rushing the side at the moment. It's actually working out, getting the entries they need, and really catching Fnatic, it seems, not in the timing that they were really feeling. And the bomb goes down. A 4 versus 3 here for Cloud9. They have some good post-plant positioning. They've got apps, they've got pit, they've got sight. So that they're in pretty good shape here, all things considered, given that this was a half buy. And Fnatic, they don't have a lot of money built up just yet. So this would be devastating to lose a round like this and lose all of their players. But they're going to go for it. Crims will take down his tag. That's Apartment's taken controller. Alex, though, able to catch Jacquinho on the side and finish off Golden as well. So they're going to hold that with the 4 versus 3. And that is, I mean, you were saying, Robin, some teams would have 4-bought. I mean, they won the round with the half buy. That's pretty epic.
Yeah,
they had a massive bait spot post plant on the site as well. Alex was hiding in the corner, and Zephyr had like 2 HP and was standing in front of him, which allowed that to be completely free for Alex afterwards.
Yeah, I was going to point that out as well. The setups there was great, and we see Alex talk about that to Seppa there as well when on the bomb site. And yeah, I mean, that was again a very nice round. We saw the round previously, Cloud9 trying to go for a fast banana take. This time around, we go for a fast A take instead with a. It's a really good buy, but it was a half buy at that. Very important buy or round now for Fnatic. They are broke. And it's an apartment setup here, very unique. Typical Fnatic fashion to try some shenanigans.
You love to see it. I feel like this is just general shenanigans in the apartment is a Fnatic signature. And I think generally, even with the roster changes here or there, they've always kept their identity. And I think that for that reason, one of my favorite teams of all time to watch, because of the style. The style's always been strong.
Even when Golden was brought in, you know, I was worried that they would lose some of their touch as well, but they've really much kept it.
Yes. He fit like a glove.
Yeah. And it's very, because, you know, this kind of playstyle is not very typical Sweden. That's why it's so fun to see. And especially when you have a new in-game leader coming in as well, they kept the identity. You can count on that a lot of, with Crimson JW obviously being the core too, that's still here. But talking, and Cloud9 is executing 4-on-2 though, trying to get Messi down in pit. It's a bit of a fake, walking into the B bomb side here. Alex and Esatag left. He does go into pool here, Esatag, so never say never. Alex does have the smoke for spawn also, and a nice flashbang, and absolutely that's going to open up the map. You would argue here for Jackinho being a 4-on-2, you want to play more defensive. Ooh, don't give them an opportunity to win the round. Golden, fantastic job there on Esatag, gets the 1 dig. And now it's going to be a very tough position for Alex if he wants to get away with this 1 versus 3 round win. No nades to his name, so needs to land the shots.
You remove that Red Bull logo, it kind of looks like he works with SpaceX.
Oh my god, it's a possibility now.
Oh, through the Molotov, there's a smoke up as well. Andy eats a flashback. He's gone one with the knife, Golden. Oh, he's actually done enough, or has he? Oh, he can't find it!
Oh my god, what's going on?
Got it. Don't move your mouse!
He has it. Yeah, easy peasy.
My god.
Oh my god. He flashed himself somewhat as well, right? That's why he doesn't spot Alex there and just smoke a little bit for a second. Dude, what a smart play by Alex as well. Obviously, spots the molly. He's 45 HP left, I think, and he runs past it. Obviously, the smoke or the flashbang is the one that really messes with him that round, but that was a very nicely played 1 versus 3 from Alex. Couldn't have gone away with it, but it's a round on the board from Fnatic nonetheless. Tactical is called. Maybe just take a breather there. That was very chaotic for a round that was looking very likely for Fnatic win. 4-on-2 position there. Can't believe that Cloud9 actually gets the bombs up. But we talk about experience and stuff like that, and can't really fault Jackinho for that either. I mean, it's a very common spot. This was, again, one of my teams. That would be the one note that I have of just try and stay alive. They still have to plant the bomb in a 4-on-2 situation.
It feels like we have a real game on our hands here. Like, both teams are really sweating right now. Like, Fnatic are ahead and doing a pretty good, I mean, they're doing a damn good job. But they're definitely feeling the pressure right now from Cloud9. Such a sick little peak. That timing for Crims was perfect. Just as Cloud9 were moving back. And this is a huge round. I mean, look at the money spent on both teams. No team has any money left. We're towards the end of the first half. This has huge implications on who's going to gain most of the rounds in the remaining rounds of this half. And things will start off here with Alex trying to take that peek towards top banana, but good nade usage there from Fnatic, playing it passively, not giving anything away, trying to use as little as possible as well to get the most done. And we've got a setup here on porch from Fnatic, 3-man setup. So this is a great way to deal with the top mid part of the default, where Arch gets smoked off. Some teams have been, doing a smoke on porch as well to kind of deal with setups like this. But Fnatic could win the round if Cloud9 just leaves someone top banana, then go for the top mid take with 3-4 players. That's where Fnatic can win the rounds. But it looks like we may get a different look here. Cloud9 keeping a lot of players towards top banana still.
Yeah, and they just walked up here, got it for free again. Typical Cloud9 fashion. There's no nades, just walk up there. And I think they had somewhat of a read because they threw a molly up in mid and they got instantly smoked off. Sure, you can say that, oh, it might be a fake smoke it off, but that's a very expensive smoke on a map like Inferno to just do for just on a whim. So I do think that was a bit of a read. But they show a lot of presence in B here, and there's an expo flash only in mid. And that setup Dan was talking about earlier is no longer there for Fnatic, obviously. 25 seconds left now, though, so Cloud9's going to have to make a move on.
Smokes are into the choke point and they're wrapping on the side, but there is still a crossfire on source for Fnatic. 15 seconds and they're holding for now, but the numbers are eventually going to overwhelm them. 10 seconds, there's a peek from Library, a missed shot from Alex, but there is utility for Cloud9 to create some space. Golden picked off by Floppy, leaving Jackinho. Surely he's got to pick up a rifle here. And a defuse kit as well. He'll have to escape 1 versus 3. allowed them a chance to hang themselves, but they won't push him. They'll play it safe. Cloud9 moves to 5.
And one thing to note there, if you know, for all the viewers, is if you look at the minimap in this round and you look at, we talked about that setup on Porch, the 3-man setup. It is designed to deal with top mid take on a default timing. So we talk about how Cloud9 mixes up their pace a lot, and that's a good example as to like why that's important, because it got to a timing where Fnatic were convinced that, oh, if they were going to take top mid, they would have done it by now. So we can't just sit holding this setup with no info. So they rotated that player off. Cloud9 then pushed A in a spot where that player had to rotate back. So there were only 2 players really set up on the A site, not properly either. So Cloud9 were able to really abuse the fact that Fnatic were expecting a faster timing on their default than there actually was. And that positional advantage gave them everything they needed to enter the bomb site. So again, it's just this macro sense of the game is really being played well by Alex and Cloud9 so far.
Should note though, Fnatic still have 7 CT rounds so far, and it's their T side we tend to talk about a lot. Really, you're happy with 6 CT rounds and get to play a few more T rounds, but they only have the 7, and it's a flashbang over. Doesn't get anyone. Golden's still here though. Gets 2 kills with the Deagle. There's one more Cloud9 member that's low and it's floppy. Won't go down though. Makes it a 3-on-3. Bad spot to be in here now though if you're Cloud9. Brolan is by his lonesome on A, but he has a lot of nades. He is worried. Yeah. I was gonna say Brolan is worried though. Sure, he has an aggressive position, but he doesn't quite know where the other remainder Cloud9 members are. Was not being called that all 5 were there. And it's going to be another one of these rounds. It's going to go down to the wire, I feel like. Walking up to apps here, 40 seconds left. Obviously going to clear a bunch of stuff. I love that too. It's very, very unique, right? It's not something you tend to do. You tend to go up in mid in this case, smoke off one side and just wrap. You don't really see a lot of app plays this late into the half, or round rather. We'll see if timing though from Brolan. Oh no, he does get spotted. It's not expecting it either, and as we know, he was the only one that was holding this A bomb side. It was a bit of a gamble stack towards that B from Fnatic with 2 members, Crims and JW. Swapping here though, getting the first one. Wonder if he can get JW. He won't. There is a kit still, and he has full HP, so talk about a potential 1 versus 2. Still a possibility. This, yeah, I was gonna say it used to be possible as well. Used to throw a smoke to CT spawn in B from alt mid. You could do it as a fake. You could do it as a, if you're a lurker at 5th and no one has a smoke on banana area. But it was a bit of a fake, obviously, trying to get the C9 members to think that JW is saving. They're not falling for it, though.
Oh, hold on a second. Mezzi stays crouched, and Alex will not allow JW to save the weapon. Take a chicken out as well. Cloud9 make it to 6. They've broken the money of Fnatic. They're about $2,000 per person. So promising start from Fnatic with the Deagle shots from Golden, but the finish was in Cloud9.
Yeah. I really liked the walk into apps as well, because they understood that like normally what happens when a CT side contains your banana push is that they will probably leave someone in apps kind of playing an off angle, looking at alt mid and also mid proper. So they get to like walk there and like clear that spot very safely, and they had the time to do it. So it's just like really amazing presence of mind as to like what's going on, again, in the macro sense at all times. It just really just shows just there's such a good understanding of the game for Cloud9 right now.
Full save here from Fnatic. C9 making their way over to B. Rounds like these, especially when you have some nice nades as well. Normally you tend to do a full execute here, knowing as well that Fnatic should be on an eco, but they opt for just a flashbang. Fnatic not with the stack this time around. Could have been dangerous otherwise.
Normally when a player is boosted on a half court, to throw a HE at the top end position, which we, I suppose, would more likely see on a buy round when you expect an AWP to be there. That was quite devastating for the CT position. I always forget to take that boost. Mag 10 will be the cash machine for this round, if allowed to withdraw. Seems the AK is doing most of that at the moment. 7-7. Who will have a thin lead at the at half time?
Yeah, and it's a good comeback from C9 as well. You could argue that Fnatic, was it 7-4? 3 rounds on the board here makes it even more competitive. So to sure you're happy with getting 7, you're also very happy with getting 8. But you know, you'd argue that both of these teams are very happy with this half so far. Maybe more so on the Fnatic's end than C9. But it's still a scrappy round here for Fnatic last. We do have an AWP glass cannon from JW. And again, the usual Fnatic tendency of just being a banana early, just expecting maybe something fast, using some initial utility. They might actually just be sticking around here, just knowing as well that Chekinyo has an SMG only. A lot of damage being done here on Alex. 17 HP left. We'll see how much that HE does. Not as much as you'd expect.
I think we're all always hoping for massive damage from grenades.
This is such a window from C9. Sure, they're damaged, but look at the utility here. They essentially force Fnatic to waste everything they have. It's just a flashbang continue. We might see a pop flash at that. As I say that, though, I'm not a fan of shooting through the smokes in general, especially when you have a good game plan coming into it. You could have waited 5 more seconds. Smoke would have been faded. Golden with 2 nice kills there through the smoke, forcing C9 essentially now to just go towards this B-bomb site. They have a lot of nades, though, but we've seen this again and again from C9. They just like to walk in instead. And because of that, they get both. Oh dear, oh dear.
I gotta say, like, it's a very basic thing with any team, like flashing for each other and so on, but it's a fundamental which gives so much power to Cloud9, like when they use it. They really do follow up on those flashbangs so often. There's a ding and a dong from Crims, and maybe there's a last round in this to be had yet for Fnatic. Then again, maybe not, because Floppy has a superior angle. There's a crouch peek with a French gun from Brolan, though. Sound cues heard by Mezzi, who's on the flank. Very quietly on the way. Brolan should have the spatial awareness that he could be being flanked here, be busy deploying grenades, and it will be the 8th round. Different updates for Inferno, and one of the lines was added pretty flowers.
Yeah, fantastic, right? Really what we asked for. Added more chickens as well.
Oh, I'll never forget when the chicken blocked Rops from opening a door. The chickens can actually block the doors on Inferno. So where JW is, Rops was trying to get in this door one game, and the chicken was blocking him, and he got killed because he couldn't open the door. It was amazing. So indeed, the chickens create variance.
Look at this retake setup from Cloud9. They want to fight towards A and retake B. It feels like we're going to get the walkout apps. This actually could be really powerful for Fnatic.
Yeah, we should see an expo flash here from Golden. He's the one with nades. Yeah, he's going to smoke off one side. We're going to see an expo flash here. Here we go. Here's the timing on that as well. Fnatic is out. The bomb's in short. Yeah, the bomb's in short. Fnatic had a very aggressive positioning here, or rather C9 had a very aggressive positioning, but I can't believe that it's actually paying off for Fnatic anyway. Just the fact that bomb was dropped in short kind of prevented it.
Brutal headshots from JW leaves Alex with 9 HP. That's a very nice one-tap, but he needs a few more of those. Here's a molly, which if he chooses to go short, maybe it could isolate some players, but he's carrying a lot. Normally, you'd see a player walk away, like, let's say he took a headshot, but they had Kevlar. He's got no Kevlar, but he does have $800 of utility. So he's really being conservative about his approach, and I respect that. That's a lot of money. Those incendiaries are expensive. $600 for the TTs, just a mere $400 for the Ts. Absolutely,
especially when you talk about buying next round as well. It's like making the argument of saving armor as well if you're there by your lonesome. Does have a purpose. Roland does go down though, but yeah, I mean that was a fun round by Fnatic. You can make the argument there. It was looking pretty possible for C9 having 4 guys in mid. Normally when you have an apps play like that, you just tend to make sure that you have mid presence, very much like we see here. But it's in the hands of Roland here. Gets 2 really nice kills, and because of that, just really opens up the site for Fnatic. Gives them the first. I was gonna say the first pistol round for this map. C9 I think won the first one, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so. I really liked that pistol from Fnatic. All right, we got aggression. Top banana will be dealt with quite effectively by Mezzy. That's scary. I love the full rotation, the gamble rotation here. What they're trying to gamble is that Fnatic would very quickly rotate top mid and then walk into the stack again. But Fnatic is slowing things down. They didn't hit top mid at that rush timing, so now they're going back towards B, which is actually quite cool because Fnatic are playing a pace that's so slow that Cloud9 will have at least a couple players here. Maybe another D shot can connect. If that does, it could make all the difference. Floppy's looking for it. Oh, he's looking for it. We can't quite find it. The HE will go out though. That's done a lot of damage.
Nade. Oh man, this is still risky here for Fnatic. There's no kit on C9, but there's full armor at this point as well. 2 flashbangs, so this could be a pop flash. Very, very difficult situation to be in here for Fnatic. Positioning wise as well, they're all stuck on the bomb site. We're expecting or looking for some trade games here, and here we go.
This is scary. 2 players hiding in the smoke as well. They can't really help each other because they can't see anything. And this will surely be a slaughter for Jaquinho. It's all better lining up for the great burst from Jaquinho, but he can't quite get to the last player. And there will be time for the defuse. That got really weird real quick.
It's a new kid on the block here from Fnatic, getting away with a 1 versus 3. Man, yeah, positioning there. I mean, you can make the argument there for Fnatic, even if you have one guy in banana there, maybe it wouldn't have been a possibility. Really nicely done from C9. Every single member here is here fighting. No kit, so they had to do it fast. And this is the situation here. Floppy landed the 1 shot. I wonder, had he not done that, maybe given Jaquinho a chance here to clutch that round.
Yeah, I felt like Jaquinho played it really perfectly. Like, he did everything that he could. He was like taking his time, but being as quick as possible. Oh my god, the nade damage is really huge here against Fnatic. Oh, Cloud9, they're causing so many problems. This has to be such an uncomfortable game for Fnatic right now. I'm gonna walk straight back. At the same time, it really feels as though Cloud9 have a sense for this timing. They're kind of now preparing themselves. Okay, Fnatic would have had time to slow walk to set up for a top mid take. Cloud9 don't have info banana just yet, but perhaps these Molotovs and flashes are going to be all the information that Cloud9 need as to exactly what's going on.
It's actually going to be a fast execute here going for Fnatic. Spots nobody up in mid. Just opts to go for an execute instead, and Brawler with the SMG does a really good job there. Getting the bombs up, and Seppa's still here with the MP7. Almost gets the 3rd, but forced to reload now. He should be going down, and he does. 2 versus 2 now. Keeps Cloud9 in that round, Seppa.
Let's tag Crab walking around the corner. GW pulling out the MAC-10. Close range could be of use to him if he wants to strafe, but S-Tag's fallen back. Just waiting now. Looking for a response from GW. He has a kit he's got time to play with. 49 health now for S-Tag. JW still full health. Just wasting as much time as possible. Fakes a flash with his deagle. Just down to the MAC-10 now. Really running this clock down. There's the wide swing with the MAC-10. Moving accuracy is good enough.
He played that actually just like perfectly. JW played that so complete. Even to the last detail right at the end, how he kind of baits him to look one way and then swings out the other. It's just really great for JW. Look at this though from Zeta. Almost gets the 3rd kill with the MP9. Really dangerous stuff. And that's 9-9. And things are looking really close between these 2 teams right now. We've seen some great stuff from both of them. It's really cool to see Fnatic, picking up a clutch like that. I think that's really a much needed clutch to help them feel like something's going their way right now. Because it does feel like Cloud9 are causing a lot of problems. And it would be even better if Fnatic could finally capitalize. They're ahead in this round. Let's not have the Deagles create another surprising round result.
Yeah, it's rounds like these, so it's just so dangerous. 5 smokes as well for C9, making a good read, or even with Fnatic. I was going to say, normally you tend to want to go a little bit faster on rounds like these, just to prevent the continuous smokes being replaced. And we see the first C9 member here going towards banana. So we should be seeing the first smoke potentially being placed. Yep, here we go. And he falls back as well, very default. And then C9 still has 2 smokes left on the banana area. So we talk about timing here, and Fnatic is waking their way up in mid. 50 seconds left. We'll see where these smokes on the A bomb side will be placed. But we want to pay attention to time here. Don't want this clock to run down all too much, because then it's going to be very dicey for Fnatic. Here we go. Only 2 smokes left now for C9, and it's on F-Tag and Seppa.
30-second mark. Smokes in the choke points. One spotted in CT. How about that for a response? Trying to stop the split. There's more jump to be thrown by Fnatic. Mezzi dropped through the smoke. Alex trying to stay alive. Can't do it for long though. Bombs on the floor. Bomb collected by Gold, and that's a very important kill. Many important kills actually. Neztag finds himself on the wrong side of everything. 1v4. Very close game. If you're just joining us, it's a great effort, a stonking effort from Cloud9 on the pick of Fnatic, VERTIGO. And it stays close on Inferno. But it seems that Fnatic will take the lead now. What can you say about that?
I can't believe that, man. He spots that whole time, peeks in the wall for 1 second, and then he comes back and literally JW's just there waiting.
That's the most JW frag.
Yeah. Sure, just the last kill of the round. Yeah, we see it here. I mean, on JW's end. Look at this. He spots him now. He probably, yeah, he watches him a little bit. Shoots his head off. That's a nice round from Fnatic. I was a little bit worried there, but Smokes was going down and obviously make the decision of wrapping Arch. Still splitting the bomb site though, which is why it looked very dominant. Full save now from C9.
It's fun too because yesterday we were actually golden on the cast and we were watching Inferno, and I asked him specifically about like those kinds of rounds and like how they think about them and like how confident you have to be to challenge Smokes on Inferno and how important that is. So good to see that they went for that wrap. That's a great response. And 4 men on the quad reef here. Might not find anything though, unfortunately. Maybe there's a wayward traveler on their way to spotting this. And we talk about this too, like having the 1 Mac 10 is super useful on a round like this. Throw all done, he spots the stack. Now his team's like, okay, easy B-side take.
Gold is super smart here as well, obviously. He knows he's going to go down, but his main thing is just to stay alive as much as we can. Let your teammates take the bomb site to use the smoke very defensively, obviously. Oh, Grimps gets stinked though. It's not going to matter. We know it's just USPs, no armor. Seppa with a Mac 10. But he's not going for it either, so you can make the argument here that we should be seeing a Mac 10 for CT's next round, unless he just opts to throw it away. But that's a waste of money.
Fnatic move to 11. See what the money looks like for Cloud9 on the subject of JW just casually deleting people. Meat shots from the Deagle. The Swedish team will be moving into round 21. Maybe things feeling a bit shakier for Cloud9 as they'll have nothing left in the hole once their buy comes through. Not too huge a deficit though, but they can't lose too many more rounds, bearing in mind every other round will likely be an eco. Fnatic might not be as far away as it necessarily looks like. Alex will have the AWP, but no Kevlar for this round. One must avoid the grenades. You can see him playing a lot further back. He'll be flashbang support for Cloud9 on Banana to start.
Nice early pressure here on Banana from C9. So I was talking about though, I mean, Fnatic very happy with that half that they just had. Know that they're very strong on this T side. And look at that. Rotates coming in just as Fnatic is about to maybe cause some ruckus here on this A bomb site. All 5 members are here now for Fnatic versus 4 C9 players. And here we go. Here's the flash. Smokes comes down as well. Oh my god, Esthetag just keeps on pushing. That's insane. Gets the kill though, forces Fnatic back. I wonder if it was supposed to be a fake and a wrap, but
Ooh.
Alex, what? Was that a model bug with the bag or something? Because that was, for me, spot on. He wasn't even moving.
Yeah, he might have made a new hole in his belt there. But very strange one. However, here's what it is. There's a dink from Floppy and a follow-up with the French gun. Meanwhile, there's a push from what remains of Fnatic into this B bomb site. Alex and S tag dropped. And the rest of Cloud9 have got to rotate from the A bomb site. Crims will post up with AWP. 1 of 2 now. As JW is still in play. Just the one
of those ones that feels like a save, but they're going to go for it into the double orbs. They don't have anything to do with the orbs as well, so it's... Yeah. It's so hard to make those safe calls sometimes. I think, again, who was it that was talking? I think, yeah, I guess it would have been Golden, actually, that was talking about this yesterday. How you've got to be really decisive, like extremely decisive in clearing your comms in these situations. Because otherwise, if there's like that hesitation where people are kind of in between committing and not, bad things really happen.
Indeed. C9 does get away with saving 2 weapons though, but it's 12-9 and just economy is not there. When we talk about potential of having a strong CD side, it comes in the hand of just having the economy on your side, and C9 not being able to have, you know, these back-to-back strong buys and really benefits Fnatic. And we see that in their economical state as well.
Take off Banana. Not too much of a challenge from Cloud9 here. They're in dire straits now. Again, Fnatic are 4 rounds away, but half of those may be half buys for Cloud9 at best if they keep losing.
This is such a bad spot to be in here as well. C9 being forced to use their first smoke early on Banana. That was Floppy, only leaving Azatag with 1, and there's 2 Deagles here. This is a very, very difficult round from C9. Really comes down to as well hitting the shots. But not only that, a nice crossfire setup as well is needed. And Fnatic hasn't done much. They took Banana early, and you can kind of tell based on the placements and stuff like that that it's been looking pretty likely that maybe it was a call at the start to kind of end at B. They've just been taking some initial match presence, and Alex wants to go for an information play. Not going to work out. Maybe if they had a flashbang there, it would have been used, but again, we know it's a save round, and this is what I like to see as well. Even if it's a fake from Fnatic, we use a lot of utility. We don't have a lot of information on where the other 4 members of C9 is. So why take the risk when you don't have to?
Time is running low for Fnatic, 20-second mark, but it's only Mezzi to defend here, it seems. So only got Mezzi. Oh, actually, there's one more on the smoke. Under the smoke on the radar, he emerges Zeppa. 8 seconds, try to buy time, drop the bomb, but there are reinforcements for Fnatic. That leaves S-Tag with a P250 on the B bomb site, wondering what might have been.
And that's really close, because if like in trigger discipline fashion, tried to like wait a little bit to kill the planter there and just pray that no one spots him. Zeppa, that is. I think it was Zeppa. That's the spot where he could have just won the round by just delaying killing the planter. I think there was enough. There wasn't enough time, but anyway. Fnatic looking like they're stabilizing here, going into this T side. I wasn't super sure, you know, given how back and forth things have been, but it's definitely looking a lot better. And Cloud9 are suddenly finding themselves in a really awkward spot here.
Yeah, for sure.
Come in, but
yeah, at least this is a really good buy here from C9, opting to go for a save, obviously previously. So, but even for Alex, if we talk about a potential full buy. We'll see an AWP, maybe half armor, but won't have full utility. Tactical is called as well. You always talk about potential fast round here also, once the initial setup. We've noted that C9 has been wasting nades early, especially versus that banana bomb site. It's been some chip damage, but hasn't really worked out to actually get away with the win on that. So we'll see what the options are here now. We see the last round as well. It's just Golden doing a little bit of a fake. There was multiple members there from Fnatic first, so more than just one nade setup coming in. C9 has no idea how many actual Fnatic members are there. And here we go. Really good buy here now for both of these teams. Only really Alex without full sets of nades. There was a timeout being called as well, so we'll see what both of these two teams have in store for us here for this round. And it's Fnatic giving Banana a chance again, which is 2 members. It's Crimson JW there. Looks like they're getting it a bit for free again. We see C9 take tendency in holding the nades, but Fnatic here just walking through apps. Alex is still there though. Oh man, that could have been an actual double there, but full on brawl. This is just a mid-round that came into play. Not really intended, but when you get the first kill there onto Messi, Brawlon just obviously finds an opening to go.
Oh, have a look at this.
Yeah, this is a nice little round here from Fnatic.
Yeah, Crims is making his way towards the banana position and the B bomb site. Ultimately, there was a pause based on those sound cues from Golden, but once they realized that both players are dead, a full rotation going to come through. They'll never be expecting him to be on site that fast. Floppy down for free, Zephyr 4 HP, and it looks like 14 for Fnatic. Cloud9 still struggle to get double figures on the board here on the second half.
Man, that's a nice round from Fnatic. Really not what you expected as well. Was looking like a regular default. Fast play up to apps, spots the C9 player in Messi. As soon as he goes down, and because we had presence already from Fnatic in mid as well, they feel comfortable enough to just fight for that control. Sure, they end up going towards B at the end there, but it comes from a rotate from C9, probably spotting the bomb used by all 5 members. Move their way towards that A-bomb site, but it's 14-9 now. And now it's looking very worrisome for C9. This has been a very dominant T side from Fnatic so far.
Yeah, the only round that Cloud9 have won in this half was the second round. Apart from that, it's been all Fnatic. Perhaps a dangerous game picking Inferno into the likes of Fnatic. Third map, if required, would be overpass.
Say, I wonder if we'll see more like apps setups and stuff from Cloud9 to try to deal with that element of the default, as opposed to just keeping people pretty deep top mid. But you know, we'll get the initial banana exchange, air to tag over the smoke. Oh, what a huge round! This has to be a Cloud9 victory for them to be able to find a way back in. A pretty slow pace so far from Fnatic. They've got banana control though, and looking at the nades, there is a decent amount of nades here still remaining on Cloud9. If they wanted to try to go for some kind of retake, if things slow down and it's like no more pressure for the next 10 seconds, they could consider doing that. But Fnatic get to rotate because Cloud9 still can't make an info play on banana, so they get to rotate here, and Cloud9 don't have information, so they're actually rotating Zephyr to B. So it's all on Alex. Alex has to get something out of this. The smoke denies him.
Oh, the nade.
Huge.
All that red is like tomatoes.
But it's still only 2 members here from C9. Alex, I was going to say he needs to get the first. Gets flashed here now, though. Goes down by Jaquinho. Messi is still here, though. There's a full trade game going on, but it's 3-on-3, and Fnatic now has the bomb side. Bomb is yet to be planted, though. Was dropped, but here we should see it. Bomb going down. There is still some nades here left for C9 and a kit on Seppa, so retake is definitely going to happen. As I say that, though, S-tag goes down, and you make the argument here now of, sure, it's 14-9, but maybe you should save anyway.
Well, they got a
that. Yeah,
angle to be taken by Zephyr. Although it just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? JW, God of War, just grows as the violence grows. Game point now for Fnatic. Floppy will look to take an AWP away, and again it's another failed attempt in this second half. Again, just that second round one for Cloud9. It is a rout for Fnatic.
Oh man, yeah, and it's just been the 1-2 dance point, just the one C9 round. Have not had a lot of success on the CT side. This has been a fantastic side though by Fnatic. I think they've called this really well. Cloud9 never really knowing what Fnatic has had in store for them.
Yeah.
And it comes into, to your point here, Dan, I think it really comes in, like we talk of the banana presence, some teams, you know, opting to kind of not go for banana control at all. But you make the argument here of like sooner or later, you kind of have to do it just to change the pace. And we see that from C9 this time around. This is a little bit of a change of pace of at least trying to fight for some. Oh, no, he falls down. That's so unfortunate, I was going to say. And they spotted him now, so this could be really dangerous. Yeah. Man, I can't believe they were trying to go for another boost there.
Desperate times. Sometimes need to mistake.
1 HP. I mean, that's one way to recover the HE and then the getting in with the wallbang, but down to 1 HP. Oh, that felt like it was another kill there for Alex. Oh, everything's on a knife's edge at the moment, but fortunately for Cloud9, they're going to find a result anyway. Fnatic really pushing the issue against Alex there, top banana, and it will not go well for them this time. It's looking like Cloud9 might be able to hold on just yet. They have to commit to A now. They've got really no other choice, but there is a very strong defense here. This should not be breakable. And it's looking good. Yeah, really this round sort of died on banana.
Yeah, it was a change of pace, at least from C9. I like that. Whips the first boost, but Alex getting the AWP and getting 2 kills with that. Very active. Gets the first kill on banana. Obviously falls back to small pit. Gets a kill on Brawl on there as well. And that's it's a start, at least, from C9 of a potential comeback here. See the hands of at least showing some banana presence.
Well, it's not too late just yet. They will need a dramatic turnaround. But it isn't too late. Backs to the wall, amazing things can happen. Especially when it's Cloud9. Wow, Crim's going to make life even more difficult, but he is standing between a barbecue to his front and back, and the AWP will come to finish him off. We've got a 4-on-4. More flashes will announce the position of an AWP at least. But there's plenty of time for it to rotate. 1:20 for Fnatic to play with.
And despite the fact that it's been a bit of a fight there, C9 opts to just leave S-Tech by his lonesome there towards that B-bomb side. And Jaquinho again here. This is what we normally like to see from Fnatic. They get a kill and they just have the one guy that just ends up going for it. Opens up the map completely here. Jaquinho almost gets a third, but he's done enough. And this is a really difficult spot to be in if you're S-Tech. 1-on-3, you're still in banana. No nades left as well, and JW is still holding down here as well. Sure, you're gonna go down. I'm not gonna say this over yet, because when I do that, normally some miracles happen, you know? Yeah, I mean, it's still a very difficult position to be in here, right? If you're S-Tag, yeah, you get JW, but look at the positions here for Fnatic. Good plant as well at that. Just a very difficult spot to be in as well. Yeah, you get an even more of a tag here now. Looks like we should be going to a third, but we'll see. Maybe it's a little bit of a nice flick here from S-Tag, but no time left either. That's gonna do it. 16-10, map 2.